Greetings, my name is Noah Litherland and welcome to another edition of Calf Chat. Well, the longer we do this job, the more opportunities we have to learn. I'd like to share an experience with you that I had recently and see if we can continue to kind of refine things and learn from it. I had a herd that I'm working with that has a fantastic setup. Very clean, very organized, great group of calves, growing very well. The challenge is manure consistency on the late nursery phase and the grower phase is fairly loose. Certainly evaluated the diets, milk checks fine, looked at the starter composition and the grower composition, both check out very good in terms of protein composition, fiber levels and starch levels. Would not expect calves to be remotely loose on these diets. Trying to better understand what was going on, we collaborated with the attending veterinarian to grab a fecal sample to measure to see if coccidia or giardia or anything else came to light in terms of causing calves to be loose. Some of those key protozoal pathogens can cause irritation in the small and large intestine, reduce water absorption, and cause calves to have very loose manure. Well, we got the results back, and to our surprise, no coccidia, no giardia, but we did find a worm called strongolith. Not one that I've encountered before. Again, the longer we do this, the more we learn. Let's share a little bit about what strongolith is. Well, strongolith is a threadworm, and it's species specific, and it's carried by canids such as raccoons, coyotes, dogs, and even cats. The worm is shed in their manure, and then if calves come into contact with that fecal matter, then they can ingest that worm, where it then passes through the esophagus, down into the small intestine, and sets up camp in amongst the villi. It's a blood-sucking worm, so it attaches to the intestinal lining, sucks blood from the calf, and then produces eggs that then can go on to infect other calves. This is a very hardy worm in that it has different approaches that it can enter the body. It can also enter the body through crawling in through a hair cell or a hair follicle and then get into the bloodstream. It can then circulate in bloodstream where it goes to the lungs, migrates through the lungs, up the trachea, and then across the epiglottis, into the esophagus, and back down into the stomach, where it can again set up camp in the small intestine. Another route, potentially, at least it occurs in swine, if the worm is contaminating the dam, it can find its way into the mammary system and be actually secreted in the colostrum. What are we going to do about this pathogen? Well, certainly different anthelmintics such as ivermectin appear to have good data at controlling this parasite. Certainly hygiene, preventing any kind of fecal oral contamination for any canid manure such as raccoon manure. This worm does not like desiccation, so really cleaning and drying stalls will likely help break the cycle. Additionally, this worm does not like cold weather, and so as the weather temperatures tend to cool down here in the fall and the winter, we expect this pathogen to cause fewer problems. But again, we're going to be very aggressive in trying to reduce the risk of further contamination from this pathogen. Again, the longer we do this, the more we learn. And so if you see loose fecal manure on your calves, it may be a great opportunity to have a conversation with your nutritionist and bringing alongside your veterinarian in tandem to be able to try to further troubleshoot. The veterinarians have great tools and can really help better investigate what's going on from a manure consistency standpoint, so we can rule out whether it's a nutritional problem, a parasitic problem, or a viral or a bacterial issue. With that, I hope you've had a great day. This is Noah Litherland with another edition of Calf Chat.